Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I've been crazy busy. It's getting to be that time of the year where I just feel like I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I don't have any real plans. All I know is I need to make a card for a friend for her birthday. It's a wonderful friend that I work with, and so because she's kind of close to Christmas, obviously I don't want it to seem Christmassy at all. So I'm using Tim Holtz Wallflower paper. I finally got a pad of this. I know I'm always a day late and a dollar short, it seems. But yeah, I know everybody's already had this, but I'm super excited because I have one finally. So anyway, I'm using that paper. And I mean, I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do, but nothing concrete. So you guys are just going to come along for the adventure with me. So I cut these down, these pieces. I love these images. These are the smaller ones that are near the back that are 6 by 6. So it's like the 6 by 6 size. But I've cut it down to 4 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then my card base is just craft stock that is 5. So, wait. Yeah, it's 5. Sorry. By 5 1/2. So 10 by 5 1/2. So I love this whole image. Like, it almost feels like you should just go like that and ta-da, the card's done. But I, of course, can't make it that simple. So I'm going to ink the edges of this a little bit. I hope everybody's been doing great. It's just getting to be that time of the year where, like I said, I feel like I can't get my act together. I tend to be a little scattered anyway, which I'm sure most of you know if you watch me at all. So this time of the year just makes me like extra scattered. My brain wants to do like a million things all at the same time, and as we all know, that doesn't work very well. And it's hard to get it to stop because I think of all kinds of crafts I want to do, and you know, but you still have to do presents and life. So yeah, I kind of sometimes don't get anything accomplished because I almost get like stuck or paralyzed, it seems like. So I'm just trying to take one thing at a time and get the stuff done that I, you know, really need to get done. So I was like, I need to just go make a card and get something accomplished today. So that's what I'm doing. This friend I have, she's just amazing. So great friend, super sweet. So what I thought I would do, because I like this whole image and I don't really want to cover any of it, but I am going to cover some of it. What I often do when I'm having trouble, like, you know, I guess I could just put a little something right here and it would be fine. But I also like to cut in these areas sometimes so that the tail of the bird and the head of the bird will still come up over the top. So that's what I'm going to do. That way I don't have to choose like to put it over here if I want to, you know, I wanted it to go there, or however, you know what I'm saying, wherever you wanted it to go on your page. So I'm going to put on my glasses and I'm going to try not to get my big head in the way, but and try not to drag it off screen either. So let's see, I'm just going to kind of take my X-Acto and go around the bird. I did some cards for my friend Allie. Hi Allie! And I sent them to her, and this was like some of the things that I did in those cards. So if any of you saw those and were interested in, you know, kind of like how I did it and whatever, this is what I used. And of course this is nothing earth-shaking. I mean, I'm sure lots of people do this kind of stuff, so it's just fun because then I can still see the bird, but you know, it just gives it a little more interest. So I'm cutting over the top of these feathers because these little wispy ones aren't going to cut very well. They're just going to kind of be in the way, really. And once I cut around them, it's not like you're going to even know. So if you cut something off when you're doing this, once you put the other piece in there, you're never going to even know that there were some more wispy feathers right there. So it's not a big deal, and I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, if you want to sit and cut each of those out, then by all means have at it. But I just really don't want to. So I'm not going to. But if you do have the time and that's what you want to do, then you should do that. Okay, so I'm going to come around the beak too, because I think I kind of want to have that area free to be opened up a little bit if I need it. And then I'm just going to take my ink and go over those edges a little bit so that you don't see the white of the card. Poke this in and stick my finger through here. Yeah, I did Alice in Wonderland one, and I think that was the only one that I did with this type of a technique, but I can't really remember. I made those cards a while back. Just been hoarding them like you do sometimes. I don't know why I do that, but I definitely do, and I've heard other crafters say that they do that as well, so I don't think it's just me. I have a guess check. Just going to tear a piece and see what I can come up with here. And like I said, I don't have a specific plan, so if I end up moving stuff around or whatever, I apologize if it's driving you crazy. I hope everybody had an awesome weekend. We did. We were busy. We went to a friend's Christmas play at their church, and that was awesome. They did such a good job with that play. It was really fun. And my husband and I went to this crazy Christmas party at some friend's house where you had to dress up like a character or something from Christmas Vacation. And so my husband was Clark Griswold and I was the Griswold family Christmas tree because I'm a brunette. And I tried to find some of the clothes that might, you know, something that might work for clothes from that movie. And I just struggled to find anything, and I didn't want to do the whole wig thing and all that. So I got a super ugly dress off of Amazon. I mean, ugly. And it looked more like a muumuu, but it was a Christmas tree design on it. And Allie saw it. She knows how ugly it is. It was bad. But anyway, and like made a tree topper for my head, and just it was completely goofy. But we had a blast. So, and it was fun to see other people dressed up. It was kind of silly for a bunch of people in their almost 50s. But I guess that's what makes life fun, right? I'm going to have to take some more of this off, so maybe I'll take it off this side. Because I like my little fold over there. So this is kind of what I'm talking about when I say, I mean, I am covering up some of the bird cages, but I didn't want to like cut it down here, and you know what I mean? So if you cut out around the edges, it just kind of, it's just a little different. I don't know. And you can just keep placing it and cutting it like you saw me doing. I was placing it, and then I figured out I needed to go around the bird's head a little bit more, and you know, stuff like that. So anywho, I think I might round these corners. I'm just going to use my envelope punch board because I have it out. So yeah, that party was a lot of fun. We had a good time being silly. The people that hosted the party, her husband dressed up as Cousin Eddie. Oh my goodness. He had the bathrobe and everything, and he did a great job. It was awesome. Sorry, I'm just getting a piece of paper. I forgot I wanted something a little bit lighter. I thought I was going to stamp it on here, but I decided I wanted like a cream cardstock. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this. But yeah, he had it was a great outfit. The whole 9 yards, the hunting cap and everything. So, but everybody did great. It was fun. This time of the year is super crazy. My husband works at a hospital, and they just have lots of parties, so we just end up going to all kinds of different things, which is fun. It's just kind of hard at this time of the year. I'm not really sure why we do this to ourselves, where we have Christmas and we do a bunch of get-togethers. It's good to see everybody, but you know, it's a little crazy right around now, so it can be difficult. But I'm just going to go around this. And just rub it a little bit softly on here just to make it look a little darker. And I think I'm going to use black ink for the, what I'm going to stamp here. This is an old Stampin' Up! Stamp. I don't think you can get them anywhere, but you might be able to find them like on eBay or something like this. This one says, "A friend like you is a gift from God." But, you know, Stampin' Up! Just always has great things, and there's so many stamps out there now, I don't think it would be hard to find something. And, you know, I'm not even sure what this one was called, this set. So I apologize for that. Try not to get my head in the way, but I don't want to get this crooked, so we'll see here how it comes out. I'm going to hold it. Ah, it's a little too low, but I can fix that by... I probably should have stamped it first. That's the smart way, but you know, why would I do that? That's weird. So let's see here if I can get it straight now. I've got so many things, like I got stuff from Allie, which has given me ideas, and I've just got ideas running around in my head, and sometimes that's good, but it's also bad because then I can't make up my mind what to do next. So it kind of was good that I needed to do these cards because that made me, it made me do it. It made me decide. Alright, I can go right on there like that. Some glue. Hopefully my glue will work because it's almost empty. I think I'm going to make two, and I'm going to decide which one I want to give her. That's another thing I do. I have trouble making up my mind on just one card, and then I'll make two, and then I have one left over, and I don't give it away. So, yeah. There's that, and I'm going to put a little glue on this. So see, you can see how it sticks through the back like that, where I cut. And I'm just going to put a little glue on the back of this. Not too thick, I'm just putting enough just to hold it down. And these are guest checks that I coffee stained first. It's a little bit tricky, but I'm trying to scooch it in here with the glue on it, which hopefully I won't make too big of a mess. So see, I covered, uh-oh, just bent his beak. I covered up some of the image, but I didn't cover up, you know, anything super important. So I'm going to take this like this. I'm making it a little crooked because I still want to be able to kind of see that guest check thing there. And I think I might try one of these tucked in, these old tickets. These ones I coffee stained. I'm still going to go around the edge a little because it's not quite as stained as I would like it to be. Kind of grunge it up a little bit more. I like the way this ripped crooked. I can't make up my mind what kind of journal I want to do next. So I'm just at a standstill. I think it's going to be that way till after Christmas. I just can't seem to, too many things running in my head. Can't get it together, so it's one of those things. I think I might put it like over here a little bit. I think I need like some fabric or something. Let's see, I'm sorry, I apologize. I need to find a piece of this work, piece of wool. I just want a little something. I'm not sure if I can tear this very well because it doesn't want to. See if I can get it up here further. No, wool just doesn't really do that, but I thought I would try. It'll still fray, so that's fine. Sorry, I get quiet when I'm thinking. Tend to be fairly quiet anyway. I probably talk more on YouTube than I ever talk, but I don't know if I like that. I just feel like it needs something else. Washi, maybe washi, like these. This is Tim Holtz washi. Find the start of it. I used this one before. Okay, there we go. It's just a little skinny mini. All right, I'm gonna glue those in, and then I'm gonna put the washi. I'm gonna leave a little room at the edges so that I can kind of tuck if I want to, so that ticket. Put this one in crooked like that. And put some glue on these. And you could use, you know, dimensionals or whatever you want. I think I'm going to make this a little crooked as well, just for some layers and interest. This might be too skinny. I just like the color of it, but maybe this green is a little bit wider. I'm going to just put a tiny glue on there because I just don't want it to fall off, as washi can do at times. I'm just going to run this on the edges. Yep, I like that. I like it. And then this will just go on here. Oh, that poor bird's beak. I need to glue that down so that I quit rolling it up. I don't know what I did with my little tiny glue. I have the biggest mess in here, you guys. You'd die if you saw it. I just really need a day to get in here and get everything cleaned up. Kids have been making stuff. We've been wrapping stuff. It's just a mess. So I can't find anything. Gee, I wonder why. I'm just going to go all the way around the edges. I think I'll make an envelope for it too, but I might do that later, so you guys don't have to watch. I just use my Stampin' Up! envelope punch board. I love this Tim Holtz paper. I do not know how that guy does it, but he comes up with the coolest stuff. It's just amazing. The amount of you know, layers and designs that they bring together and everything, and it just works amazing. Okay, so there's that one. Sorry, my light's kind of weird. We're getting some snow, and so it's really dark in here. I just have my light on, but then you get kind of a weird glare, so apologize for that. Alright, so the other one I'm going to do is this, and this was another piece of the 6x6. I just cut it down to 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. So I'm going to ink that a little, because I did not get that far. And this one I think I'm going to fold right here and put some ink right there on that fold. I just like that look. If you don't, you know, don't do it. You can just totally leave it how you like it. That's just the way I like it. I just think it adds a little something. Or you could do it smaller or whatever. Can't have the white edges. That makes me nutty. Okay. And I didn't do this on the last one, so I may go back and do that. Do it on the edges a little bit. Okay. So on this one, I think I need to cut kind of around the flowers right up there. So again, I'm going to try to keep it in here and not stick my big head in. I'm going to come around. In there. I liked both of these images, so I wanted to see, you know, which one I liked more once I got it done. I was gonna come and do those angels today. These ones I had shown her at another time, but I'm gonna have to do that another day because I started one and it's drying, but it's just not dry enough, and I've got other stuff I've got to get done, so that's not gonna happen today, but I think I will sometime this week whenever I get a chance to film again. So you really just, I mean, sorry, this is probably like watching paint dry, but if you don't take your time and do it, you know, you're just not going to get a good effect. So I apologize for this being kind of boring, but I think it's kind of a fun idea, and you know, it's not like I'm the only person who's ever done this. I'm just saying I like to do this for cards. It just kind of gives them a little something extra. And this is a little tricky because this green here is lots of little cuts, but I think it'll be okay once it's done. And if you make some like cuts into this part, don't worry about it, because you're just wanting this image right here. So it doesn't matter what the back part looks like, this part in here. All you care about is the green right there. I've done, you know, like the Alice in Wonderland one, just cutting around the teapot, or like I've cut around little kids, like one half of them or something, just so that you can kind of slip something in behind them. This one's a lot more tedious, so. And if you don't get it perfect, I doubt anybody would even know. So let's see what we got here so far. Get that cut apart all the way somewhere. Oops, there we go. Okay, so see, I have this whole section, and all this is going to go behind, so it doesn't really matter. Little strip off right here. Okay, let me see what I got. Yeah, see, that'll work. I just wanna, some of these are kind of jaggedy just because, you know, when you're cutting with a blade, it can be hard to cut curves. So I'm just going to go kind of snip off some of the more jagged edges just so it looks a little more rounded. Do some of this. So you don't have to cut a ton either, so it's not like trying to cut out the whole entire grouping of flowers or something. You're just doing a portion. Another piece of that cut. Maybe I'll stamp first. I'll stamp a different something on that one. So this one was called Inspirational Greetings, that's what it's called. Maybe I'll do You Are Precious in His Sights. Try to get more in the middle on this one. Nope, I did the same thing again. So see, it's good I didn't cut it yet. I think why is because I cut those out myself and put them low on there. And so I'm used to stamping with already cut pieces. So, but it's no big deal. I can just cut this off a little bit. Sorry, I don't have a lot of room on this table, unfortunately, where I film, so it's kind of like limited to the little space I've got. Okay, let's round some edges. Corners, whatever. I like the corner rounder on this thing. It works better than my actual corner rounder, so I end up using it a lot for stuff like this. Except it kind of wants to leave. Well, it depends on the paper. For some reason, craft paper is like more fibery than other paper, and it tends to leave those little fuzzies. And I'm going to put that over there before I use it to do my inking. Wouldn't put it past me. But you could also just on these like stamp, you know, happy birthday, or if you don't have a lot of other greetings, you know, that's totally awesome. So, and then just write a little note inside. That'd be great. And this one, that on there. I think I might. Let me see what I can find. A piece of cheesecloth would be good, but I'm not sure. If I have any that's tea stained, I could just cut a piece and ink it. Scooch it this way just a little bit, because what I noticed is this comes in here quite far. So what I might do is that. Let it go behind here, this, because if I shove it all the way in, you're not going to be able to read the saying. So that's probably how it's going to have to go. Okay, cheesecloth. Ooh, I do have some. That's coffee stained. So I think I'll put a piece of that back there. Thought I had run out, but that's a little bit big. Here the weather is crazy back east in South Carolina. We really haven't gotten a whole lot of anything so far this year. I shouldn't say anything because, like I said, it is kind of snowing today. But nothing like what they got going on. I'm just trying to get an idea. I know you're probably like, what are you doing? That's a mess. But I kind of want to see. Sorry, I got itchy nose. Itchy nose. I think I want to use one of these. I don't want the coupon one though, I want the ticket one. And you know what else would be cool? This part. I always forget about these little parts that rip off the bottom of the guest checks. I kind of like the way they look. You just kind of take off this part. Kind of go like that or something. Let's see what we can do here with that. See, it's better if I have a plan because then I can chat. But when I'm thinking, I can't chat. Can't think and chat. That's too many things to do all at the same time. So I'm just going to set this back here. I'm going to put a little glue because I just need a little to like hold it in place until I figure out how I'm going to do this. I want it to go back here a little bit. I want that flower to be able to slip back there. Okay. Sorry if you can hear my radio's on downstairs, or my Alexa or whatever it's called. It's kind of loud right now. Turn it just a little bit more. You guys see? Sorry, I tried and stay in camera here. Needs to scoot down, and that way I don't want to cover that up. Lots of things to think about right here. And then, but I love this look once it's all done. It's kind of just fun. Can't decide do I want it on top or behind. Speak to me, people. Help me. I think I'm going behind. All right. And then I'm just going to put a dab of this back here so that these don't get too beat up. Alright, and then I have this card base. Did I tell you the measurements of this card base? I can't remember, so I'm going to tell you. It's 4.5, so 8 by 6. You can see the glue and stuff. Just get it around the edges. And I'm sorry, I do tend to talk quiet when I'm doing that thinking thing. Oops, make sure I have the opening on the bottom. That's always a good choice. And then I do have a birthday stamp. I really folded this card wonky, I just realized. Hold on just a second. Like, wow. It's a little bit better. Right. Sounds like the woodpeckers are outside. Those guys. They're super pretty birds and I like them, but they are pests. They put holes in the houses all over in this neighborhood and you really have to keep after them. We had to put in metal grates in our upstairs because like the air grates that are in the attic and stuff, because they will peck through those and then they're in your attic. They're really annoying birds. Beautiful birds, like I said, they're the ones that have the speckled, bodies and stuff, but man, they can do some serious damage to your house. We had a neighbor behind us and they got up in the attic and had a nest in there, and then those blackbirds came in the summer and took over the nest, and oh my goodness, it was the biggest mess. I felt so bad for them. But there we go. There's another one. So I just like the way that looks. It's just a little something different, and if you don't want to cut into an image or you don't want to cover an image, but the way it sets on the page, it wouldn't work otherwise. This is kind of just a good little trick to do. So just a couple ideas. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I will talk to you later. Please subscribe. Bye-bye now.